Football Manager has got more features and menus than a Chinese takeaway, and trying to find the information you need is either sometimes hidden or you don't even know it exists. Today's video, I've got 15 of the hidden buttons of Football Manager 2023 that will help you play the game even better. So as there's 15 of them, this is going to be a bit of a whistle-stop tour throughout. We're going to start with the most basic and then with the most advanced. So hang around till the end because I'm guaranteed there's some there that will help your experience of Football Manager. Coming in at number 1, we're going to go up to the World button, hit World, go to Transfers and Youth Intake. One you probably all know about. For those of you who don't, it's a nice way to find that every club that you've got loaded in your database, as their youth intakes come in, they'll be listed here. And if you've got one, for example, on the 20th of May 2024, the likelihood is that when you come into them, got a contract, you can approach the sign on a pre-contract. It will cost you a little bit of money, but picking up one of the kids for pennies is a brilliant thing to do in Football Manager. Number 2 on the list, and keeping it simple again, finances button, projection. If you want to know how much money you're going to get next season, the season after, transfer budget, the season after, this is the button for you. Coming in at number 3 is a very, very basic one. If you are new to the game and this confuses you, hit the question mark button and it gives you all the inductions that you can do in the game. If there's anything that confuses you, you can restart it, you can schedule it, whatever you want to do to learn all these different areas of Football Manager. Number 4 on the list, we're off to the Data Hub, and this is a nice way to find out the information that you need, but you've got no idea where to start. Head up to Edit, click on All Visuals, and you can choose the category you're looking for. If you want to find out how you're doing defensively, hit that one. If you want to find out how you're doing possession-wise, hit that one, and it brings up the most relevant data analytics for that relevant subject. Number 5 on the list is a nice way to make a little bit of money if you are skinned. Coming over to Transfers, head up to Clauses, and all the players down here with a pound mark next to them, you can do some haggling with. Some of them you can sell to receive money, and some of them you will sell to give money, so to speak. So for example, if Harry Darling was going to sell for a lot more money than that, £488,000, 15% of his transfer, it may be worthwhile you buying it to save a bit of money. With Joey Allen, for example, he's probably not going to make 20 league appearances, so I could sell that one now and I get myself £198,000 in the bank. Number 6 on the list is all to do with your coaches. We're going to come over to training, head over to coaches and hit edit coaching assignments and ask assistant to assign. It will make sure that it's spread evenly, so these are light and average, so to speak, and that the best people are in the right areas. So click on OK and your players will not come to you complaining that the standard of training is poor. Number 7 has been mentioned on the channel before, but just in case you missed it, head over to tactics, up to player, choose a position where you can actually swap with an opposite area or maybe irrelevant, so as such as the attacking midfielder, center or striker, and you select the right one, which means that they're going to swap throughout the game. A nice way to keep the opponent on their toes. Coming in number 8 is one of those that will save your computer or laptop from catching fire. FM, detail level, and you can come up by here to set all competition and international levels to minimum and to minimum. So it will still have them in the background, but you're not going to get any of the match details running there. You'll just get the notifications, or you can go and specify exactly which ones you want. This will make sure that nothing is going to clog up. If I went for maximum and maximum, we're running half a star. Let's keep it a minimum, or default is the one you chose when you set up the game. Number 9 is another one in the tactics tab that we've mentioned on the channel before. If you are struggling to make a tactic, you can come over to quick pick, hit the drop down arrow and pick roles and duties, and that will ensure that the players in the positions are assigned their most suited roles and duties. Number 10 is another great button to find the best 11 for your team, but also the best prospects. Come over to Squad Planner, Report, and Best 11. The greens, and this links to the tactic you're currently using, is the best 11 players you currently have, and then the purples are the best prospects in those positions. So the first 10 are done, the 5 left are going to be more advanced, so stick around for those, but comment down below, let me know, are there any that I've missed? Are there any areas of Football Manager you think, why aren't you doing that? because there's definitely loads I've missed out on, guaranteed. Comment down below. Let's get into the advanced ones. Right, number 11, we're off to the club vision. This is to find out a little bit more about the board and the supporters. Click on board profile. It will give you a history of all the things you've asked for, going back to 23, 24. For example, we're buying a stadium and it's in planning stage. And up here, you can obviously ask for more things from the board. Another nice one in here is supporters. And the one area I do like is the favoured personnel at the club. So my fans love Morgan Whittaker. He's played 96 games for the club. There's obviously some affiliation there, so I do not want to sell Mogs right now. Okay, number 12 is to do with the dynamics, and if you're in a position where your team cohesion, your club atmosphere is in the mud, you can come over to training, you can go to your calendar, you can select one of the training sessions, do extra curriculum, and choose one of these. I would suggest team bonding because team cohesion is increased quite a lot, as is happiness. So if you are really facing the sack because you've lost the changing room, just chuck these in every week. Seriously, community outreach is one of them for team cohesion, but team bonding is the main one. Number 13 is not necessarily one button. You've got to click a few things to get there, but it's very handy. And once you've done it, it's set up for the rest of your time. Inbox, social feed, come over to subjects and people to follow, and let's go for under 21 to start with, and we're going to follow all the European under 21 championships, the qualifications, and if you go down to the bottom, go to the tournament, best player, dream team, and golden boot. You're going to get notifications for all the superstar wonder kids coming through. We're going to do that for the under 19s as well. You'll find there's a lot of under 19s. 19 in the name of a club is quite popular, but really you're looking for these blue signs here for the under 19s for the Europeans. To start with, you can of course go wider with your net. You can go to South America, but let's just keep it simple to start with. Preliminary, the championships, we're going to follow everything, so all the notifications are going to come through for players in the league. Qualifying, but the ones that I like the best are always down the bottom, which is Euro Under 19 Championship Dream Team and Golden Boot. So we find out the best players, and that's just going to come into our inbox and social feed every single time. Number 14, we're looking at staff again. Now, if you click on here, I can find out my staff are absolutely terrible, but it doesn't tell the whole story because this is just my first team staff. If you come into Development Center, head over to staff and look at under 21s and under 18s, you can find the sort of the structure you've got for the youth, and this is something incredibly important to develop your under 21s and under 18s. So under 21s are very good, under 18s are also very good indeed. You want to keep improving these as you would the first team. Okay, the last one, and this kind of links into the DNA of your club and when you're trying to buy a player. Video up there the Llama did on Football DNA, check that one out. But what we're going to do is jump into the scouting tab. And once you're in the scouting tab, head on over to players, and this is where we're going to search for some players. So let's clear all the current one I've got right now, and I'm going to show you one button that I like to use to find particular type of players. New search. I like to go in advanced because it's a bit clearer for me, but you can do it in the quick part. We'll do that just because it's more user-friendly for yourselves. Come down to coaching, head on over to tactics, and then we're going to scroll across to player style. This is a really nice way to find players for a DNA: creative, leader, physical, intelligent, or technical player. So say you need two players in the center of the park. One of them is going to be creative, one of them is going to be a physical box-to-box or a leader. Let's click on leader, let's click on center mid, let's click on OK, find out who's interested in terms of the highest transfer value, and Samu has come in there with solid mentals as a leader. Dictates tempo, tries killer balls off, and good work rate. The perfect player I want there. If we look at a technical one, so creative, click on OK, we got Samardzic who's going to come in the center again. Much better. Technical, physical, a great player indeed. To be fair, he's class, isn't he? Passing, first touch. It's a nice way to ensure you have a balanced central midfield, or even defensively, you can go at the back for an intelligent centre back. Click on OK. We got Montero, who's going to be switched on. He's got decent mentals there. Composure, decisions, positioning are all of an intelligent player. So there you have it, 15 buttons in Football Manager you may not have ever seen before. There's hopefully a few little tips there you picked up to learn along the way. Like I said, comment down below. If I've missed any, or if there's any you use, I'd love to set a bit of a database at the bottom of lovely little tips that we can all use in Football Manager. As always, catch you in the next video. This one you will love because it's similar to what we've just done now.